it really looks exciting for the Dolphins this year.
8-4, and their test against Florida Gulf Coast, 11-4, the best record in the league, and their most wins in the non-conference in 5 years as well. And they just picked off UNF the other day, as the Eagles will start with the basketball. Tavian Dunn Martin is their leading scorer. He's second in the conference. He leads the league in assists. Matt Halverson, first start of the year, misses the three, and a rebound to Rosario Sifo, and the Dolphins get a stop.
Well, that's the one thing that you're going to look forward to the Dolphins, making certain you don't allow this Florida Gulf Coast Eagles to get those second chance opportunities.
Both teams really good offensive rebounding-wise. Florida Gulf Coast is in the top 100 in the nation in that category. Lob inside, Mike Marsh, jumper, got it.
Nice little step back jump shot. Marsh just very confident taking that and releasing. Great shot.
So this is an interesting matchup for a lot of reasons. Florida Gulf Coast shoots a ton of threes. Jacksonville's three-point defense is as good as anybody's in the nation. Florida Gulf Coast likes to run. JU likes to play slow. Caddo misses the three. And Artis, to your point, offensive rebound for the Eagles, and then a foul on Kevion Nolan.
Yep, and certainly one of the things to be aware of, or conscious of, is the three-point shots, and they certainly are going to be extended length in the rebounds.
Florida Gulf Coast averages about 12 offensive rebounds per game. Three-point-wise, I mean, their numbers are ridiculous. They make almost 11 threes per game. That's the 10th most of any team in the nation. So they will be really aggressive. Here's a steal, and the Dolphins want to run. Jordan Davis lays it up and in, and JU has the first 2 buckets tonight.
Yep. 2 trips down offensively and been able to convert the 2 shots.
That was the one weakness for Florida Gulf Coast. Turnovers, 330th fewest turnovers in the nation. Kevin Samuel, big man transfer from TCU. Nice left-handed hook, can't get it to go. Osifo the board for Jacksonville.
A good job by Marsh pushing him out just a little bit farther.
Davis has his pass taken away by Caddo, and the Eagles want to run. Halverson tries another three, no good.
Yeah, that's one of the things the Dolphins need to do. Avoid watching these Eagles taking those three-pointers and watching it go down. If you can defend against that, that certainly would be a key.
Kick out. Tyrese Davis, he's got the three. The first 7 to the Dolphins tonight.
Boy, the Dolphins are showing great energy, and certainly 3 shots and 3 made shots.
Meanwhile, Florida Gulf Coast has missed their first 3 threes, 4 attempts overall. In the corner, Cyrus Larkey on the drive, kick out, Halverson, another 3. That time he's got it. Matt Halverson, about 90% of his field goal attempts are from downtown, Artis, and he's really good from that area.
Well, certainly you know he's going to be taking them from that location, so it's important for the Dolphins, be aware of that closeout.
Osifo, catch and shoot, no. And Samuel pulls down the rebound.
Osifo just kind of rushed that one a little bit, recognizing that it was really comfortable time to take it.
Dunn Martin off the bounce. He's got the 3. He's the only player in the A-Sun with 3 30-point games this season. And all of a sudden, 7-0 to 7-6.
Yeah, that's the one thing the Dolphins are, that need to be concerned about is that closeout on those 3-point shots.
Jordan Davis gets a screen, pull up Jay, no. Offensive rebound, Marsh inside, blocked by Samuel. He's got multiple blocks in every game but 1 so far, and there's his first.
That's the one thing that Samuel is a big 7-footer, so he's got that long length.
And the pretty left-handed hook as well. Florida Gulf Coast leads 8-7.
Just kind of a quiet job of closing that gap by these Eagles.
3 trips down the floor. It's an 8-0 run for Florida Gulf Coast. Jacksonville plays slow. 314th in the nation in tempo. Long 3, short, and Davis can't chase
that they are using to push the Dolphins up the floor.
Jacksonville pressing. Eagles break it. Caleb Cato thought about a 3 and then finds shot clock. Martin on the bounce, being headed by Tommy Bruner. Had a great game against Carver, JU's most recent matchup. Halverson gives it to Cato, 3, no, and Marsh, good box out on Samuel. Home run ball ahead, Bruner gets it into the corner and Jacksonville resets. Workman, kick out, Tyrese Davis, short, and Samuel pulls down a rebound. Third already for Kevin Samuel in this game. He's 15 points shy of 1,000. Dunn Martin has 1,000 in his career already, misses the 3 though. Florida Gulf Coast, 7 3-point attempts out of 9 shots overall.
And you know, they really like to set the Dolphins up with the 3-pointer and then chase it in on the low box with Lawrence, the big man.
Marsh missed the jumper. The Eagles go the other way. So far, just 2 of 7 from 3, 3 of 9 overall. Turnover the other way. Kevion Nolan up and under, and it's
goaltending. That's got to be goaltending.
Got to be goaltending. It is 9-8. Kevin Samuel is one of the best shot blockers in the nation. He led the Big 12 the last 2 years, and showing almost why on that last play. Just the fact he even got to that ball is incredible.
Yeah, very quick in steps and getting to the basket and to close it out. But just a little late with Kevion Nolan was able to knock it down.
Dolphins snap the 8-0 run and travel called on Cyrus Largy. Third turnover for the Eagles. Austin Ritchie, 3-point shooter into the game for Florida Gulf Coast. Eagles constantly switch up their defense throughout the game. Play a lot of different zones as well. JU tries to break it, and Samuel comes up with a steal.
Yeah, with that zone, it's tough to kind of telegraph that pass in there. So Samuel was able to get a deflection on it.
Samuel wants to screen. Pass deflected, taken away by Nolan. 2-on-1, Nolan, pull up 3. No, offensive rebound, Davis inside, and I think Samuel got it, but a foul will send Mike Marsh to the line for 2. 12:59 to go, first half. And a really good game so far, 9-8. Jacksonville in front, and Kevin Samuel unable to block that last shot as Caleb Cato called for his first foul.
Well, that was a good job by the Dolphins after the missed shot, getting a second chance effort.
You know, from the Dolphins' perspective, they haven't played in a couple weeks, and a couple games canceled or postponed because of COVID. And their most recent win against a Division I opponent was nearly a month ago, December 14th at Southern Miss. They have not won a Division I game here at home since December 11th against UNC Wilmington. So, in a lot of ways, you talk about the energy the Dolphins have. They've been raring to go. They had 2 games canceled, and back in front of a huge crowd here tonight.
And certainly that elevate the energy for these Dolphins tonight.
10-8, they lead early on. Tavian Dunn Martin being guarded by Tommy Bruner, spins inside and foul.
Everybody, you question that call, whether or not you look at it on a second chance. It appears from my angle that it was a jump ball.
So Tavian Dunn Martin instead will shoot 2, where he's 83% from the line. How does a guy who's 5'8", 155 pounds, get to the line? He's in the top 110 in the nation in free throw attempts and free throw makes. He's a little guy, but he's able to get to the line so frequently. It's impressive.
Well, you know, that's important.
Nearly an and one on the other end. Bryce Workman will shoot 2. Andre Weir picks up the foul.
Good job, Bryce. Work challenging. Weird on that shot. He certainly was able to draw the foul. Awful lot of contact on that.
That one was a little more obvious. First one good for Workman. Bryce Workman, 18 points, 8 of 11 from the floor against Carver. Doug Martin gets a blow. Little guy like that, to go back to that point, how does he get so many free throw attempts?
Yeah, making up the difference. He's really, really quick. So he knows smart basketball. He's able to get in there and draw that contact from the larger individual. And so that makes him so much more valuable to this Eagles team.
On the bench right now, and Florida Gulf Coast down by 2, giving both him and Samuel a blow before the under 12 timeout coming as early as about 10 seconds away. Inside, Weir, with the left hand, pretty to tie the game, and it doesn't.
Good job by Weir just breaking that trap from the Dolphins.
Andre Weir transferred in the middle of the year last year from Richmond to Florida Gulf Coast. Workman going against him the other way and able to score. So Bryce Workman right up against Weir, and back and forth we go. So a 7-0 run to start for the Dolphins. 8-0 in response to Florida Gulf Coast, and we've gone pretty much back and forth ever since.
Well, we got some serious.
Florida Gulf Coast, only 40%, and for the Eagles, they're one of the most prolific three-point teams in the nation. You can see on the bottom line where they rank in the A-Sun, but Jacksonville's three-point defense is fantastic as well. Bryce Workman misses in close. Osifo blocked from behind by Weir. Last touch by Jacksonville, but it seems like Jacksonville's defense has done a pretty good job so far against a really good three-point shooting team.
Yeah, one of the things that we've observed, this is a very physical match between the two clubs. And one of the things that the Dolphins are doing on defense, they're really up challenging these Eagles behind the three-point arc. And they're forcing, in fact, the Dolphins' aggressive defense have forced a couple of turnovers. And so that's what we anticipate.
Carlos Rosario is checked in for Florida Gulf Coast. He set the screen there. Kick out. Austin Ritchie, he's got the 3. Sort of like Halverson. 77% of his shots have been from downtown, and he cashes in there to give the Eagles a 15-14 lead.
Well, that's one of the things the Dolphins is going to be a challenge for them to really close out on this three-point.
Nice look inside for Osifo for the hammer.
Workman high-low to Seafer. That's a great shot catching it. The zone that they're playing.
Ritchie on the handoff to Largy. Florida Gulf Coast, 8 of their 11 shots so far from three-point land. Ritchie hands it off to Largy, 8 to shoot. Gets a screen from Rosario, kick out. Ritchie tries the 3 again, misses strong, and Jordan Davis chases down the rebound. Wants to run, has his pocket picked by Ritchie, and the Eagles are going to go the other way, but the Dolphins do a good job of getting back.
Yeah, Jordan Davis.
Miller on the kick out. Rolone into the corner, back to Miller, and he's fouled by Bruner.
One of the Dolphins things that they are really Coach Mintz is really emphasizing that you've got to match this energy from the Eagles, and certainly the Dolphins are really stepping it up in that area.
You know, we were talking before the game. 8-4 start for Jacksonville is their best in 5 years. And Richie catch and shoot off the inbounds, misses the three. Good rebound by Osifo. But you've noticed a different energy around this team and this start for Jacksonville going into conference play tonight.
Certainly that has been a real key and a real something that they've emphasized, that Coach has really talked about.
Great take by Jordan Davis.
Even before Coach Jordan Davis, Coach Jordan Mintz, before he arrived at this location, that was truly one of his emphasis. Bring back the energy in this JU Dolphins club.
JU leads by 3. It's their second largest lead to this point. Rosario inside. What a nice take by Carlos Rosario, who growing up in the Dominican Republic would make ice cream and sell it on the street to make money for his family. When he came to America to play basketball in high school, he got to the airport in New York, couldn't speak English, figured out where to go, and now playing college basketball. He's also married. His wife lives in Boston. Kevion Nolan inside. Osifo, hard foul on Rosario. And Osifo will shoot 2 with 8:37 to go in the first half.
Boy, that story of Rosario, that's just pretty incredible. You talk about speak in terms of difficult times, and I would know that probably as well as anybody from my experience as a youth growing up in northern panhandles of Florida.
So Osifo shooting 2. Speaking of the panhandle, Rosario, he started at Pensacola State, he transferred to McNeese State, and now here at Florida Gulf Coast. He's really an amazing story.
Well, I certainly know that location very well. It's only 122 miles away from my whereabouts.
122, you really know it exact.
Yeah, 122 miles farther west.
Osifo splits the pair, 19-17. Jacksonville leading early on. For Florida Gulf Coast, 11-4. It's the best record in the A-Sun. Largy on the take, can't hit it inside. Marsh the board, and the Dolphins customarily slow it up. It's the most wins for Florida Gulf Coast in their non-conference, also in 5 years. They were 10-4. Beat North Florida the other day. Really balanced effort by them to take their conference opener. This is the A-Sun opener for Jacksonville. Workman, no. Cano to board for the Eagles. Tavian Dunn-Martin, kind of quiet so far. Gives it to Cano. Cano lost the dribble, and back to Dunn-Martin for the reset. Inside, Rosario wide open for the layup.
Trying to catch these Dolphins out of position, and they were able to do that with Rosario.
Well, you're worried about Dunn-Martin and Samuel and Cano and Larky, and you kind of forget about Rosario, and foul inside on Samuel. They're really aggressive defensively, and yet they don't really put you at the line, which is really impressive as Bryce Workman will shoot a pair here for Jacksonville.
Well, that's one of the things that the Dolphins is doing extremely well. They position themselves, moving their feet very quickly, and that avoids getting yourself in a foul situation.
Second free throw for Workman. He hit just about every centimeter of the iron on the first one and missed it that time. 20-19. Jacksonville's led for the majority of this first half. Their largest lead was 7-0. Cano on the swing. Missed Dunn-Martin and a turnover.
Yeah, Cato he's playing at a really high level of energy. He just took that ball and threw it where he thought his teammate should have been.
6 turnovers for Florida Gulf Coast. Jacksonville only has half of that number. Set up against another zone defense for the Eagles. Marsh turns, kicks, Nolan, long three, no. Offensive board for Tyrese Davis. Tried to go over Samuel and missed.
Yeah, that's the one thing that Samuel does in the game. Forces those
Adjustments. Cato fouled.
Tyree looked like he had what was a good look at the basket with uncontested. And of course Samuels, that's one of the things that he does. He forced the change up in your mindset.
He's got the third most blocks of any player active in college basketball, behind a couple of guys from Cincinnati. Halverson in the corner, kicks to Samuel. Quiet offensively. There's a nice pass, and Halverson misses the bunny inside.
A great reverse back door between Samuels and Cato.
Meanwhile, Jacksonville offensively. Workman on Samuel, no. That time he went right at him.
Yeah, but that big, strong man.
Cato stripped, Largy kicks it. Dunmartin fakes, drives, puts up the jumper off the glass and good. Tavian Dunmartin, that's impressive. And the Eagles lead again.
Martin, that's what he does, man. He really attacks the big guys.
He's 5'8", 155, unafraid to go inside there, though getting a call for the foul here. Check that, they're gonna. They called it on Franco Miller, who's not on the floor. Changing it to Tavian Dunmartin. Jacksonville hasn't scored in about 2 minutes of action. Just one for their last 5 from the field. Osifo inside, Marsh over Samuel, no. Larky on the run. So 1-on-3 and he slows it up. Again, Samuel forcing a weird look.
Yeah, he make things, change things up.
Samuel stripped there by Marsh. 7th turnover for Florida Gulf Coast. Eagles back into their zone. High-low, Marsh finds a cutting Davis. Again, Jacksonville can't finish inside. Ball knocked to Dunmartin, 3-on-1. Inside, Largy with the layup. This is the largest lead for Florida Gulf Coast.
Good job by the Eagles, really pushing that ball up the floor and not allowing this quick, good defense to set up on the Dolphin side.
Kick out, Osifo, not really a three-point threat. Now works his way inside, dumps it to Marsh. Lost it, back to Osifo, 5 to shoot. Osifo has it stripped, grabbed by Cato, and again, Florida Gulf Coast wants to run. Lob ahead, Larky puts the ball on the floor, back to Dunmartin. Long three, no. Osifo grabs the rebound.
Yeah, they're forcing the Dolphins to kind of take shots they're uncomfortable with. Samuels is really challenging everything that the Dolphins bring to the basket.
Right, they're getting looks in the paint, but not finishing. Nolan from way outside the paint ties the game. Heavy on Nolan. Long range from Palatka, and it's 23-23.
We always talk about Kevion Nolan and the leadership that he's bringing, especially lead whenever there's a time that they need a shot, need to make one, they go to Kevion.
Pass knocked out of bounds. 8 makes, so 32%. But we're tied 23-23 despite defensive dominance for the Eagles so far. Kick out, Cato in the corner. Got it. Caleb Cato wide open. And Florida Gulf Coast leads again by 3.
It's a good movement by of course, these Eagles. They are forcing the Dolphins to come out in that closeout. And they're a little slow getting there, and they are making those.
Nolan the answer on the other end. Heavy on Nolan. Jacksonville can't get anything against Samuel in the paint, so Nolan stretching it outside. He's got back-to-back trays.
Yeah, that's what the Dolphins are going to need from Kevion in order to open up that challenge and allow for Samuel to make some moves, some different kind of moves.
Kind of uncomfortable offensively. Jacksonville's not really a team that shoots a ton of threes. Larky hoists one up. No. Halverson, offensive rebound for the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. Dunn-Martin inside, throws it up. No. Another offensive board. Larky on the kickout. Halverson, long triple, missed everything.
Boy, that'll work on your conscience. That was just way out of a step. He just rushed that one.
Yeah.
But if he knocks that down, he really gets his team going.
Instead, 26-26. Neither side can really pull away here. Nolan from way downtown. He checked no. Offensive rebound, and Nolan gets it back.
Again, those long rebounds certainly have favor the opposing team.
Offensive board here. Yeah, both teams have benefited from that so far. Inside, Samuel kicks it. Ritchie, he can shoot it. No. And Marsh, what a good rebound inside from Mike Marsh.
He just take it away from Holliboys.
Giassi Powell, no. Marsh offensive, the tip in. Mike Marsh has 6 rebounds in the game, 5 points. And Jacksonville leads with under 2 to go.
Yeah, Mike just could not believe he was right there in position, and certainly Samuel was nowhere close. He didn't allow that time frame for him to close that gap.
Samuel turns and faces on Marsh. Double team comes, strip, 3-on-2 for Jacksonville. Nolan inside, what a look for Osifo, and a man's jam. Timeout, Florida Gulf Coast. What a look from Kevion Nolan in transition.
Outstanding steal. Kevion Nolan just
points, 2 assists, 3 steals. Jacksonville by 4. 90 seconds to go, first half. Tavian Dunn-Martin, 7 points, leads all Eagles to this point. Cano to Zach Anderson, 3, got it. So Anderson, fresh off the bench, does what Florida Gulf Coast loves to do, hits a 3, and the Eagles back within 1.
1 minute to play.
Marsh. Jacksonville's bigs have played really good, by the way. Marsh and Osifo, Workman, they have done a really nice job answering Samuel's threat inside so far.
Well, that's one of the things that I've noticed that they've really been able to come together on.
Turnover though, Dunn-Martin was halted on the fast break. Eagles, if they throw it up quickly, can get a 2 for 1. Instead, a foul. Kevion Nolan, it's his second.
Number 3, Kevion Nolan. Second personal, 15 points. Back in, put it on with number 11, Jordan Davis.
Florida Gulf Coast has made just 1 of their last 5 from the floor. Kind of throwing up a lot of threes again. Of those 5 shots, 4 have come from downtown.
And certainly they've been a little bit quick and not allowing the Dolphins to close out on their threes. And they've had an opportunity to take a good look at the basket and follow that ball through.
Dunn-Martin inbounding. Pull up from 3, no. Osifo skies for the rebound. Shot clock is off. And the Dolphins right now seem like they want to hold for the last shot. And call timeout. Credited him with a block. Looked like he maybe had one earlier. So Nolan on the inbounds. Gives it up to Davis. 6 seconds to go. Marsh turns and faces Davis. 4 seconds. Davis inside. Samuel's got a block there, easy. Largy from 3/4 court, no. And back out to start the second half for Coach Fly's team and Florida Gulf Coast. So Dolphin basketball, great first half, 30-29. And the second half about to begin in the 28th meeting between these teams. 8 wins in a row for Florida Gulf Coast. Pull up Jay. Kevion Nolan is feeling it here for Jacksonville. First player to double figures on either side.
Well, you know, as we talked about, they're expecting Kevion Nolan to bring it to them, especially bring the Dolphins that offense, allow it to open up for Mike Marsh and O'Seifert.
Cato in the corner, open three, no. And a foul on Tyrese Davis. Check that, away from the ball, Mike Marsh. So extended possession for Florida Gulf Coast. Cato lob, Samuel misses the alley-oop, and ball scooped up by Osifo.
Wow, that was just really amazing. The big man right there, 7 foot. I noticed he's really not elevating that high off the floor.
Jordan Davis back to Nolan. Inside, Osifo in the high-low. Back out to midcourt, 10 to shoot. Nolan, step back, no. Inside, Marsh offensive board. Jordan Davis skips inside. And Jacksonville, again, will slow it up. A second opportunity here. Marsh double team, gets rid of it. Tyrese Davis, 6 to shoot. Working on Cato. Davis on the drive, cut off, long pass. Nolan, wide open. No, normally that's his shot. Offensive board for Osifo. And a long offensive possession to a standing ovation here at Swisher Gymnasium.
Yeah, absolutely. Really working the clock on and forcing these Eagles to stay on the half court and play some defense.
This possession has been almost a minute. Nolan, another long three. That time couldn't get it. Anderson chases down the board. Dunn Martin wants to run. What a look to Largy, who finishes inside. Boy, they really could run the floor crisp. It's 32-31.
Yeah, they pushed the ball up and forcing the Dolphins to get back in transition.
Nolan left to right. 2 minutes gone by first half. And we're right where we started, the 1 point Dolphins lead. Osifo left open, got it. Osifo's got 7. 34-31. Dunn Martin only 2 for 6 in the first half from the floor. Drive, Anderson, kick out, Largy, high arcing three, got it. Cyrus Largy, a walk-on at one time at Florida Gulf Coast, put on scholarship. He immediately led the team in scoring, and we're tied at 34.
It's a little bit of a slow closeout on those 3-point. The Eagles doing a good job, but just moving the ball around the perimeter, allowing the individual to have that open, somewhat of uncontested 3-point from behind the arc, and the Dolphins a little slow getting there and closing out.
JU turns it over. Florida Gulf Coast basketball. Tavian Dunn Martin, 7 points. He averages near 20, but he's got 5 assists already. Step back in the corner. Open look Cato. More open Samuel. More open Largy. No. And what a good rebound by Jordan Davis. Home run ball to Bruner ahead. Got it. Off the glass.
The Dolphins reversed that quickly down the court on play.
Samuel with the left hand. No. Air ball. Nolan wants to run. 3-on-3. Kick out. No. JU only 3 for 13 from beyond the arc.
It was a good look, and you know, that's what the Dolphins, that's the coach want to see their guys do.
Samuel inside with the left hand off the glass, gets it to go. So
really good contact with Marsh.
It's a physical game. Finish. Physical down there.
Very physical.
So 36 all, another tie. 7 ties in this game. 6 lead changes. Jordan Davis off the screen. Samuel strips him. And Osifo is fouled. He will shoot 2 when we come back.
Driving into the basket, lost control. Osifo is a follow-up, being able to catch the ball and draw the contact, and certainly allow him to go to the line, knocking down his first free throw.
There's Jordan Mintzy. Osifo played for him at Florida when Mintzy was an assistant on the staff, transferred to Jacksonville. Hits the jumper. Workman will replace him. Osifo in high school, school record holder for the triple jump. So
wow, showing he's a little bit of a athletic.
You could see that on those rebounds, huh? 38-36, Jacksonville leads. Anderson with the basketball for Florida Gulf Coast. Dunk down, Samuel backing down. Workman with the left hand, forces his way in and gets the bucket off the glass, 38-38.
Samuel using that strength and size.
He now has 6 points and 7 rebounds, 1 block in the game for Samuel. 9 points away from 1,000 in his career. Bruner on the screen from Marsh. Nolan dancing, pull up. Samuel maybe got a piece, and Anderson pulled down the board. Samuel again, kicks it.
Good job by Marsh, pushing Samuels a little bit farther away from the basket.
Samuel gets it back. Back down. Turn around with the right hand, in and out. Cato offensive rebound. Dunmartin curls back to Cato, wide open in the corner. No. And a foul, I believe, on the rebound on Workman.
Open foul, number 5, Bryce Workman, first personal foul, second.
Workman trying to find
Substitution, number
Samuels. Put body contact against him.
Catch and shoot. Anderson can't get it. In the corner, grabbed by Tyrese Davis. Bruner on the move for Jacksonville. Bruner knifes in, goes right up against Samuel. Can't get the layup. Samuel grabs the rebound, is 8.
Samuel just being there forced that kind of a contact.
Dunmartin misses the long 3, so kind of at a deadlock here. 38-38. Defense has been dominant so far in this game. Both sides way below their shooting averages. Bruner on the floater, can't get it. Workman offensive rebound amongst the trees. Kick out, extra pass. Bruner inside. Bruner had a poke free. 3 on 2. Larky on the knife, kicks it. Dunmartin bobbled. Dunmartin on the dribble and trying to shake and bake. Tyrese Davis can't. Samuel, another 3-point shooter, and he traveled.
Well, that's what you want to do, is give it to the big man out on the perimeter and see what he can do, trying to, this time Samuel take it and travel with it.
So 9 turnovers for Florida Gulf Coast, 7 for Jacksonville. 7 minutes gone by in the second half, and we're tied again, 38-38.
I think Samuels thought you're supposed to take 2 steps before putting the ball on the floor.
High low, Marsh off the glass, good.
Good hesitation for Marsh, just great athleticism, holding the ball and allowing the defender to just move past.
Nice step back answer for Dunmartin, his first bucket of the second half. It's 40-40. 9th tie today. Second half, Jacksonville, 4 of 11 shooting. Kick out, Nolan, wide open, bottom. Third 3 for Kevion Nolan, 43-40. Nolan has 10 3-point tries in this game. Dunn Martin off the screen. A lot of dribbling. Cano in the corner. Answer, no. Largy offensive rebound. Cyrus Largy always in the right place. 43-42. Workman, lob, for Gulf Coast 40. What's been the difference in the first 8.5 minutes of the second half on offense?
Well, you know, certainly not the difference because, as we indicated earlier, defense has really dominated this game on both ends of the floor.
Franco Miller Jr., Largy in the corner, no. And Tyrese Davis grabs a rebound for Jacksonville. With Samuel on the bench and Dunn Martin on the bench, this might be a time for the Dolphins to try to make a run.
You got Cavion Nolan. Davis is not afraid to take those shots as well.
Workman double team, throws it out, extra pass. Jordan Davis back to the corner, 3 to shoot, blocked by Largy, 1 to shoot, and then what a Gulf Coast basketball anyway.
Yep, just really nice defense on Tyree Davis.
Cyrus Largy was the one who defended. He was a walk-on, earned his scholarship for his second year, led the team in scoring. Pretty amazing story. A guy who played on the varsity high school basketball team when he was in middle school, scored nearly 3,000 points. Weir inside, misses the hook, and Marsh grabs the miss for Jacksonville. Nolan on the take, up and under with the scoop. Weir a rebound and a foul. Marsh gonna pick it up way away from the basket, his second. So neither team has scored for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, we attributed some of it to defense, but you know, actually, you have individuals turning over unforced errors.
Both teams only 1 of 6 from beyond the arc in the second half, so some open misses as well. Miller Jr. with the rock in the corner. Anderson, nice drive, kick out. Largy skidding inside, a lot of contact, offensive foul on Cyrus Largy.
FGCU foul number 4, Cyrus Largy. First personal foul, second.
Boy, the first on Largy.
Chelsea foul. Into the ball game for the Dolphins. Number 23, Tyrese Davis.
A full court pressure put on by the Eagles. Jacksonville's done a nice job for the most part recognizing the changing defenses that Florida Gulf Coast will play against them.
Yeah, and early in the season, that was an adjustment period for the Dolphins.
Davis on the take and one. Jordan Davis flying in. And a chance to make it a 2-possession game at the free throw line.
Good job by Jordan Davis just attacking the basket. Certainly you see Big Samuels is coming back in now. But the Dolphins need to continue to do, even with Samuels in there.
4-point lead. Jordan Davis, the transfer from Middle Tennessee State, and before that, Dayton. Coming up on 9 to go, 46-42. And a foul away from the basketball. Osifo will pick up his first. Nobody's in foul trouble on either side.
And that's one of the things that you would have been concerned about on big men, especially going against Big Samuels out there, trying to force him, especially a farther, catching the ball a little bit farther away from the basket. Prevent him from coming through there with that left-handed hook shot.
Halverson, dunk down. Samuel was fouled. This is where he really struggles. He's got so many strengths in his game, but Artis at the free throw line is 16 of 41. That's 39%. Kevin Samuel misses the first.
Yeah, that looked pretty good. Just didn't have enough on it. But you can see why psychologically you struggle from the foul line.
Coming off 4 consecutive double-doubles. He has 6 points, 8 rebounds. And will stay that way. 46-42, empty trip for Samuel. You're right, it's not a bad looking stroke. He just can't finish it.
Yeah, absolutely looked good. All the way.
Meanwhile, Jacksonville, 1 for their last 8 from beyond the arc. Dating back to the first half. Pull up, long two, Jordan Davis, no. Samuel tips the rebound to himself. And Dunn Martin back in the game with the basketball. Screen. Dunn Martin, double team, inside. Samuel will shoot 2 more, and that's a good thing to do for Jacksonville. A guy who's a sub 40% free throw shooter. Just keep putting him back there.
Yeah, that was kind of a tough, hard ball for Workman on Bryce Workman. I know you want to foul a big guy, but, you know, grab him, not allow him to toss you off to his back.
Samuel misses again. 3 fouls on Workman. Samuel missed it badly that time.
Yeah.
So the lead still is 4. Nolan, knifing, kicking, Powell, back to Nolan. Between the circles, lob, Workman, dunk down, Osifo amongst the trees, taken away by Samuel.
Well, that was good work by the Dolphins, but certainly outstanding defense on behalf of the Eagles.
Dunn Martin, long range, he connects. Tavian Dunn Martin from way outside, and the lead is cut to 1. Nolan calls the play, he gets from the bench from Jordan Mintzy. Jacksonville clinging to a 1-point lead. Nolan misses the long 3. And playing off the ball, that seems like an adjustment for a guy who normally takes it up the floor to maybe get him some more looks as Halverson takes it up for the Eagles. Now Dunn Martin gets the basketball and a screen from Samuel. Curl, kick, extra pass. Halverson gives it back to Cato. And again, this Jacksonville defense just really strong on their switches and getting through screens. 8 to shoot. Cato on the drive. Cato, Euro, air ball. Got his own rebound. Shot clock shouldn't have reset. Dunn Martin misses the hoist. Offensive rebound to Halverson.
Yeah, they got to come in really kind of a strange setup.
Cato, kick, Halverson, open 3, got it. Matt Halverson, he's elite from down there, and the Eagles have grabbed the lead, 48-46. Their first lead since 26-23.
This is the challenge for the Dolphins in the half court, being able to execute it and get some points.
6-0 run for Florida Gulf Coast. Giassi Powell pulls. Couldn't get the roll, and a foul on the rebound. Osifo is going to pick up his 3rd. So all of a sudden, Jacksonville's gone ice cold. They've missed their last 5 shots. They're only 1 for their last 10 from 3. You made the point earlier, they're going to have to try to connect from down there. And right now, they have really struggled from beyond the arc.
Yeah, not only from behind the arc, those shots just driving them to the basket and having just those little mishaps. It's got to be better execution.
Samuel hits the front end of the 1-and-1. So this matches the largest lead today for FGCU. Can't hit the second. 49-46. Still a long way to go. 6+ in the second half. Marsh, high-low. Into the paint. And back outside. Kevion Nolan's been the spark plug in this game. Osifo, the double. Finds Marsh inside. Blocked by Samuel. 3 to shoot. Marsh kicks it. Tyrese Davis, a dribble and a shot. No. And a fight for the rebound off of Cato. Jacksonville ball. Nothing easy right now offensively, though, for the Dolphins.
No, it's a struggle. I think the execution part, it's kind of as you mentioned, the fact that they've been out for a while, and fatigue is starting to settle in.
There's Tyrese Davis for an easy bucket. And they pull within 1. They needed that off the inbound. 49-48.
Certainly, they needed something to happen on the offensive end of the floor, especially going so many minutes without that.
3 minutes without a point.
Yeah.
Now Dunn-Martin double team way outside. Long pass. Halverson passes up the 3. Halverson the lob. Samuel throws it down and the foul. Kevin Samuel is now 1 point away from his 5th consecutive double-double.
Samuel's been such an effective on just the defensive end, whether he was able to block the shot or not. Against the Dolphins, he's done a great job.
A beautiful lob there. Kevin Samuel, who's hit 3 buckets during that span, including an and 1. 10 points, 10 rebounds, his 5th consecutive double-double. 7th double-double of the year. It's in the top 20 in the nation.
Well, Samuels has put his mark on this game in a couple of different ways, forcing the Dolphins to take some really difficult shots.
Like that one, Samuel making 2 shots a lot more difficult than they needed to be, and he gets the rebound.
He just affected everything on near the low post for the Dolphins.
A lob to Samuel on the block. Back down, going to a strong hand, and banks it home over Mars. It's the largest lead for Florida Gulf Coast, 54-48. For a team like Jacksonville, which only makes about 6 threes per game, that's in the 290s in the nation. They rely so much on stuff inside. This is a tough matchup against Samuel.
Right, and that's where the Dolphins have been most effective from behind the three-point.
Just like that, Jordan Davis slices the lead in half. 54-51 at the 4-minute mark. Jacksonville had been 1 for their last 11 from behind the arc.
And certainly I did not want to get...
Samuel blocked by Marsh. Nolan, Lena rattles out. Cato the save to Anderson. Really nice play there by Caleb Cato. And a foul. And Dunn-Martin, 12 points, way below his season average, but he is one of the best free throw shooters in the nation. 83%. A guy who at Duquesne was the 6th man of the year. Scored double digits 30 times in 80 games. This year, he's averaging almost 20. And when he transferred Florida Gulf Coast, thought they had a good player, maybe not an elite player. 56-51. Dunn-Martin gambled and couldn't get the steal, but he gets back.
That's what you want to see the Dolphins not really attack the basket.
Marsh inside, knocked away by Samuel. It's been a slow-paced game. Florida Gulf Coast normally not great in those, but slowly making their mark here. Dunn Martin lost it. Jump ball. Possession error to Florida Gulf Coast as well.
Good hustle by the Dolphins is one thing, forcing it. You never know whether or not that error might certainly make a difference. And certainly continue to play tough defense.
Caddo knifing. Halverson, long triple, in and out. And good rebound for Workman. Nolan gets a pair of screens. Long pull. He connects. Kevion Nolan from way outside. It's a 2-point game.
You know, we talked about Kevion Nolan in a situation that desperately the Dolphins need.
Dunn Martin the answer. What a take. It's a 2-possession game again.
Yeah. Martin is just so quick.
Tyrese Davis tries. He's got it! Tyrese Davis! All of a sudden the three's opening up. 58-57, 1:50 to go. Dunn Martin inside, and a foul. Double bonus, he's gonna shoot two.
Well, little man Martin had no place to go. He just ran into a number of people. And I think the officials just reached out and picked out him a Dolphin and said you had to foul him, you know.
Well, it's big because they called it on Bryce Workman. That's his 4th foul.
Bryce has been a major factor on the board for the Dolphins in the second half.
Somebody threw
Well, how
something
did
on the
he
floor.
get 3 shots?
They wiped that one away. It's a 3-point game. All of a sudden, Tavian Dunn Martin is up to 18 points. 5 assists as well. 60-57. 95 seconds to go. Kevion Nolan for the tie. No, off the front iron. Marsh offensive and one.
To give to you on both ends of the floor, defensive as well as offensively.
He's got 9 points, 9 rebounds. Tavian Dunn Martin off the screen. Working on Osifo, pulls the 3. Oh, wow! Tavian Dunn Martin rattles it in. It's 63-60.
The little man does it again, Martin. Oh, man, that guy is really fantastic.
Nolan, he wants to answer. He connects! Kevion Nolan with the splash! 63-63.
What a game. Man, what a game.
Dunn Martin. They get it out of his hands. Largy, though, he can pull in and out. Samuel offensive rebound. Stripped by Marsh. About an 8-second differential. Shot clock to game clock.
But these big men, they certainly have to attack Samuels on the inside.
Nolan waits it out. Halverson guarding him. Now 10 to shoot. 5 to shoot. Nolan from way out. Splash! Kevion Nolan! 13 seconds to go. Dunn Martin can he answer. He pulls and he's fouled. Tavian Dunn Martin is fouled. 3 free throws to tie with 7.6 seconds to go.
Wow, what a game. What a finish. What a game.
Doug Martin is 6 for 6 at the line today. Waste no time. Just get to the shoot.
The one time you need him to miss one.
83%.
Where's the pressure? Whoa, there is none.
This for the tie.
Oh, I'm surprised after that.
And double team. In man to Jordan Davis. Davis slips. Davis loses the handle. Gets it back. 3 seconds. Nolan for the win. Yeah!